Oh, welcome back, viewers. Today we're looking at the circumference of a circle. Hope you like that introduction, The Circle of Life by the Lion King. Alright, so, circumference of a circle. Well, circles are interesting shapes with interesting symbols and numbers to go with them. For example, pi. Some great information here in your textbook to read about pi, but we're going to focus on the features of a circle. So number one is I'm just trying to find the diameter, okay? We can use letter D for this, is the distance across the center of the circle. So that's this length here, straight across the middle. The radius, R, is the distance from the center of the circle right here to the outside edge. That is the radius. Now the circumference is the length around the circle, so the length of the outside part of the circle. Now pi was invented by some very clever mathematicians. It does have the value 3.14159, and that just keeps on going to an infinite amount. Now, when you're using pi in your calculators, unless otherwise suggested, please use the pi symbol in your calculator. Otherwise, you can end up with some funny results because you actually lose some values if you don't include all of the decimals that might exist. Alright, so finding the circumference of these circles correct to 2 decimal places, use a calculator for the value of pi. Alrighty, so we have this length here from the center to the outside of the circle. What does the R stand for again? Radius. That is our radius. So there's a very special equation that we can use, which we'll show you down here. Actually, let's move this up, and we'll look at the first one. So over here we have we're asked the question, what is the circumference, the C, of this circle, right? We only need one thing, and that's the R value. So by using this little equation down here, C equals 2 times pi times R, we can actually calculate it. So by typing this into your calculator, 2 times pi times 3.5, 3.5 here being your radius, you then get this answer here. Pretty straightforward. Let's look at the next one. So over here we don't actually have a radius. Now, we do have the diameter, however. However, the radius is essentially this point to here, so half of the diameter. So our radius there is actually 2, whereas our diameter is 4. Alright, so let's move down to this one. So, over here. So as we can hear, we're now using the equation C for circumference equals pi times D. Now our diameter here is 4 centimeters, so that's where we get that from. Whack that into your calculator. 4 times pi, that will give you 12.57, and that is the circumference. Now remember, the circumference is this area around the outside. Okay, so you can actually find the circumference of a circle without the calculator. However, you actually have to use the pi to a certain level, to a certain amount of decimal places. For example, just here we have pi equals 3.14. Now that's only to how many decimal places? 2. You know that because you count after the decimal point, so you go 1 and 2. There's 2 digits there, therefore that's to 2 decimal places. Alright, now over here we've got 10 meters. Now is that our radius or our diameter? That's right, you've got it, it's our diameter. So, from using one of the equations that we used before, just up here, this one here, we use the same one, C equals pi times D. So, we can actually look at this one here. So, focusing over here, C equals pi times D. Now, pi is 3.14. We whack that in there, and D, which is 10 meters here, we whack that there, times them together, and you get your circumference of 31.4 meters. Very important, don't forget to put your units of measurement there. So if it's meters or centimeters, don't forget to put them on. Alright, so moving on, why don't you go and have a crack at doing some of these questions here. So I'll do the first one. I'll give you some tips for the first one. So I want you to try A, B and C, and 6A, 6B and 6C. Now, starting with the first one, what do we have there? Diameter or radius? Radius. So now we've got the radius, we know that we need to use circumference equals 2 times r times pi, or 2 times pi times r, sorry. And that will therefore get you your answer. However, this one here, for example, we have the diameter d. So for this one, we would actually need to use c equals pi times d, not c equals pi equals 2 times pi times r, which you would need to use first this one, and this one. However, this equation would be used for this one, and this one. And probably the same with these ones below too, as they all provide the diameter, except for this one which provides the radius. Alright, hope you enjoyed. Have a crack, see how you go. Watch the video again. Otherwise, give me a buzz and ask me for some help.